back to your favorite channel, Trading Technicals. So, as promised, I'm just sharing you the strategy which has already been shared with some of the active traders. And today I just wanted to kind of share it on the YouTube so that most people can use this particular strategy and you can make money. As always, my suggestion is always do retest on yourself, on your setup, whatever it is, right? And practice it till the time you're not practicing it. Don't try to enter in any of live trades. Just try it for a few days, then you can optimize this as per your requirements, right? And then probably if at all it is working out well, then you can use it for your intraday trading, right? So this strategy is basically a combination of multiple indicators, which is PSAR and ADX. Also, I'm using RSI, which is not so compulsory, but and the moving average, right? This setup, I'm just giving it to you here, okay? I have volumes. If at all you don't require too much of confusion on the chart, you can avoid this volume. I have RSI divergence. RSI divergence, you can use normal RSI also. Divergence is only for certain confirmations. However, divergences will work better in a longer time frame. But this is only 1 minute chart which I'm using. So I would not generally try to do certain things on a divergence part. Okay, open interest I'm using, again optional. If at all you require, you can use it. Central pivot point, again it's a optional thing. If you want to use it, you can use it. Okay, I have 8 EMA here mentioned. Okay, but you can use 21 EMA or 20 EMA, right? So I'm just putting it 20 EMA here, right? Then we have ADX, which is a normal settings, okay? But ADX again, as I told you, I do multiple validations on this. Here I have just kept it as a default thing. You can change it to 5 or 3, okay? If at all you are aggressive trader, right? Depending on your requirement, you just optimize it. And then I have 100 EMA. 100 EMA generally gives you good support resistance levels. Okay, and PSAR. So PSAR settings are 0.07 and 0.16. Okay, these are the settings which are there right now. Okay, and I will just explain you what all things which we need to consider before we buy or sell anything. And this particular thing, I'm using it purely on options, directly on option charts. You can use it on the other stocks and other index charts or future charts as per your requirement, but you do validate it before you get into this thing. Okay. Again, PSAR settings also you can change it as per your requirement. Okay, you can change it to 0.02, and you can change this to 0.18 or something. Okay, depending on your requirements. Okay, so 0.02 it will give you a decent confirmation. However, your SL becomes a little bigger. Okay, so how I'm using this strategy now, the best part of the strategy is it's basically a scalping strategy. Okay, which we are trying to enter and exit quickly. Okay, so if at all you have more quantities, it will give you better results. However, if at all you are looking at one or two lots and other things, probably you may have to look out from a little higher time frame. So this is a 1 minute chart, right? So you can use 3 minutes or 2 minutes, a little higher time frame, which will give you a better view on certain market days, right? So that's what it is. Okay, here I'm just using 1 minute right now, okay, for explanation purpose. You can use it as per your requirement. Okay, so the best part about this strategy is it will give you very good moves when all the confirmations are met. Okay, so now the rules part. Okay, so the first part is the PSAR. Okay, the PSAR has to be below. Okay, because we are buying options, we are not selling options. This is completely for retail traders, right? So when we are buying options, we need PSAR to be below. Okay, all these other PSAR above is not being considered here. Okay, second confirmation is ADX. So ADX, this white line, if you see, here you might, if at all you are using white background, this line would be black. Okay, so this line is basically, it has to be on an increasing trend. Okay, and this crossover has to happen, the DI crossover has to happen. Okay, so it has to be in a green. So anytime whenever it is in green, I can take an entry. Okay, and whenever it is in red, I would not enter even if PSAR is giving me buy. Okay, so if at all you look at here, okay, this particular place, right, we got confirmation, and another addition to this is our EMA 20 EMA, right? So here if you see, you would have got a better entry. Okay, where your white line is increasing, it is on an increasing trend. Okay, the crossover is much stronger, right? The crossover is much stronger here. Okay, and DIs are basically on the above line. And then what you are trying to do is basically you enter, right? You enter when the PSAR gives a buy. So you got 181 entry, right? So 181 till the time it is not hitting the PSAR. Okay, so 181 till 200 is what you got the entry. Okay, now here you have two different ways to look at it, right? So one is either you trail it with the PSAR. Okay, so PSAR, you have to change the settings as per your requirement, right? Certain aggressive setups are there, certain defensive setups are there, or little safe setups which are there, right? So when you are entering, if you are getting 10-20 points, my suggestion is, I always do this. Okay, my entry point is done. Okay, and immediately as soon as I get 10-20 points, I'm exiting my trade, right? But what you can do is you can trail with this stop losses, which is your PSAR, which is here. Okay, and that's where I said, if at all I'm little aggressive, I try to do certain things which are here, right? So you would see that this difference in the PSAR settings. So when I did this 0.07, it is much closer. So basically when I'm entering, I'm much more aggressive. So I want either quick gains, which I will exit quickly and 10-20 points, because I'm trading with the quantities. But if you're trading with one or two lots, what you can do is you can enter and trail with this PSAR, right? So in this scenario, the PSAR is here, right? And in the normal scenario, if you would have put say 0.02, it would have been little safer, but it would have hit your stop loss here, right? So this is what this works on. Okay, the other confirmation, one more addition if you want to add on, is your RSI has to be above 60. Okay, so the RSI settings are normal. Okay, so RSI has to be 60. This also again you can change it to your so here I have set it as 8. You can again go back to and change to 14, which is a standard one. So whenever I'm giving whenever I'm getting RSI at above 60, it's basically a good confirmation for me to enter. Okay, now if you look at certain places, right? So here I got a confirmation, right? But RSI was not above 60, right? So the 60 it is crossed here, so immediately it has exited with this thing, right? So this is where the certain stop losses also will hit. But if you look at the best possible entry, this would be good thing. And if at all you follow it for a longer period, you would realize you are getting lots of good entries, which are, if at all you are trading and other things, right? So probably you will get a very good moves, which is like here in 136 to almost 228, which is almost 100 points, right? So this is how the setup works. You can optimize it as per your requirement. You can use open interest if you wish to understand the complete this thing. And if you look at it, this 100 EMA is again optional for you guys. You don't have to be following this exactly, but 100 EMA can act as a support and resistance. So if at all the price is below of this particular put, right, the price is below 100 EMA, I would generally try and prefer not to enter, right? So whenever I'm getting above 100 EMA, it is a good confirmation for me, right? So if you see here, okay, all the buys whatever we got it here probably would have been a the false breakouts, right? So that is where it is very very useful for us to know, with 100 EMA you can use 50 EMA or any other EMAs. And just the way I told you, if you change certain settings, you can also test it as per your requirement, right? So if you change it to 8 EMA, you would see 8 EMA is actually going closer to the price, right? And it can give you much more better confirmation or a faster confirmation, right, when I have to exit. So certain times, if I have to exit, I would not wait for the PSAR also to change. I would better exit with the 8 EMA. So I will basically trail my stop losses to the EMA. So if at all it is hitting, it is hitting. That's it, right? So if you are getting these kind of entries, it is good. Okay, it is a scalping setup. It is not a trend following setup. So don't try to follow with the trend and all these things. And options are very very fast, and especially in the current market scenario. So it is always better. Uh, we quickly exit and do other things. So here if you see 5 minutes and 4 minutes and all those things, the settings changes, right? So you can just test this setup as per your requirement, depending on the time frame and other things, and you can share with me your feedback. Okay, so we can discuss on Telegram group if at all you have further queries on this. Thank you guys.